Hello, everyone, and welcome. I am Daniel Olexa, the Trust Catalyst with Transcendent Living, here with another episode helping you to live a fuller, more authentic, more empowered life. This episode, we're going to talk about taking your power back and really owning your power for yourself rather than giving it away to others, whether it's family members, friends, coworkers, employers, ideas, and institutions out in the world. I just got back from 10 days in Peru, during which visited an area. This was my fifth trip to Peru in 3 years. Visited one of the most sacred mountains in that country named Apu Asangante. The mountains in Peru are called Apu. And Asangante is a very spiritual location with very immense power. While visiting there, it's about 15,000 feet, visiting some beautiful lakes at the base of the mountain. We had a shaman prepare a ceremony for us, the despacho ceremony, which is an offering to Mother Earth. And during that ceremony, I started to feel a little strange. Um, we rode horseback back down to the village and took a 4 hour drive back to my friend's retreat center, Catalina Retreat Center in Peru, where the next day I found myself very low on energy, absolutely not hungry, and just a tiny bit delirious. It took me a few hours to figure out that I was experiencing all the symptoms of altitude sickness at that point in time and took the steps to get on oxygen to get it back. Part of the conversation I had that afternoon was with my friend, Mr. Daniel Gutierrez, about taking my power back, and that what I was experiencing that day was, while the symptoms were of altitude sickness, what was really going on was a battle or a testing of me by that mountain. I know we're streaming on Facebook, LinkedIn, and YouTube. And particularly to the LinkedIn audience, that might seem a little strange talking about these energetic spiritual concepts when I am also a very grounded business person. But there was something to that. It was a test of me from some energy somewhere, no matter what you believe, um, of taking my power back and protecting it for myself so that I could be at my best. Yes, the oxygen helped a lot. While I was on the oxygen, I also made very conscious efforts after Mr. Gutierrez's suggestion to take my power back and really focus on myself and my healing. I could feel my energy coming back to me as I set the boundary with that other energy of the mountain to say, what's yours is yours, what's mine is mine. And I'm protecting myself. I will meet you as an equal. I will not be above you. I will not be below you. We are equals. And my energy came back to me very, very quickly, and it has not waned since when I set that protective boundary for myself. And in the week since we've been back from that trip, I've noticed that that protection of my energy applies in so many different ways and also becomes a very practical experience to talk about with all of you here today. That while you may not experience it from the energies of a very mystical mountain, you most likely have experienced it through what could be termed energetic or emotional vampires at work or in your family or in your friends, people who love to draw off your energy with their tales of woe, their abusive, demeaning ways of approaching you, everything to diminish you so that they can get an energetic high. It also happens when we give ourselves away to others by saying yes when we really want to say no, because we don't want to hurt someone's feelings, or we have this perceived idea that we're going to hurt someone's feelings if we say no. And rather than owning what is true for us of, I do not want to do that, we might softball it and say, well, I'll try to be there, not owning our no, instead leaving this wishy-washy energy to be drawn away from us. The biggest way, well, let's start with, how do you know your energy is being drained? You'll feel it. Either mentally or emotionally or even physically, you will feel like you are crawling across a stone road, having no energy, very little energy, not maybe not wanting to get out of bed or not being completely focused, feeling like you're scattered. You'll know that you're not at your full effectiveness because you know what your full effectiveness is. And as you get further down away from that scale of 100% full effectiveness, slowly getting down, maybe around 70, 65% is when you really start to notice the drain. That's the point in time when you have to stop. You have to stop the drain. Otherwise, you will continue to deplete yourself until you either wind up ill or wind up running at barely effectiveness and you're stumbling over yourself and making mistakes that are not helping you, because what we typically do then is beat ourselves up for making mistakes. When you notice your energy is draining, you must stop in that moment and take care of yourself and refill your cup. Whether that means walking away for 5 minutes to get a quick recharge, or whether it means unplugging, stepping away, and taking an hour or two for yourself when possible to get your energy back. Your cell phone drains through the day. Sometimes you're lucky enough to put it on a charger and get a quick refill, or maybe you have a spare battery pack that you can get it back up above a certain percentage for the day. You got to do the same thing for yourself. You must take care of yourself. Otherwise, you are not operating effectively. So what are some other steps in taking your power back? The first one is to stop and pause. The second one is decide to choose yourself first. Everybody else has their stuff. They can wait. The deadline can wait. You can take care of yourself and more effectively reach that deadline with more focus when you stop and pause and regather. Think about there's that game played with a baseball bat where the bat is down on the ground. You put your head on it, walk around in circles, and then try to walk a straight line. It's kind of the same thing in taking your power back. You've been spinning in circles, and when you suddenly realize that you're getting dizzy, the worst thing to do is to stand up and try and walk in a straight line and be effective, because you will be all over the place. It's not where your focus is. The best thing to do is stop, recenter yourself, decide what's important for you, and then protect that space and protect your energy. You have to put a boundary up for yourself. However, you choose to do that, you might do a white light meditation, you might do a grounding meditation, you might have affirmations for yourself of who you are and what you wish to achieve. All of those things will bring you back to center so that you can be effective. And I think about talking about these principles to executives and managers in leadership. And while it might seem like it is a spooky woo woo conversation, which I absolutely love to have, there's a practicality to all of this because everything is energy. Your brain waves, your thoughts are energy. The electricity it takes to move your muscles is energy. The atoms that make up your body are mostly made of energy and nothingness. The actual little subatomic particles in them are minuscule compared to the overall size of the atom. You are a being of energy. When you understand that and can bring that awareness into yourself to protect it and to then effectively harness it forward with what matters to you, not what matters to other people, you can be more effective in your leadership role, in your own achievement of your goals and dreams and aspirations. You have to take care of yourself first. The same comes into leading a team. If you are a manager or an executive, help your reports to take care of themselves as well. This is a lot of what I teach when I'm talking to executives and team leaders. Help your teams take care of themselves. The goal is still the goal. Goal will still get done. It will get done more effectively when you nurture your team's well-being. It's an important key concept. Help your team, each of the individual members, to be strong. Is just like the links in a chain. The chain is only as strong as its weakest link. The more you can build strength and resilience into each of the team members by helping them to choose self first, then the objective, then the team, you will be a more stronger, effective leader who will get more done. As we are here coming toward the end of this broadcast, If you are an executive looking to maximize your potential, and let's face it, potential is anything you have not achieved yet. If you say you are you have the potential to be the greatest sales rep ever, that means you're not yet the greatest sales rep ever. If you have the say you have the potential to lead a six-figure corporation or have a six-figure income, it hasn't happened yet. You can make it happen and live that potential. If the dream exists, you can make it real. That's what I help people do, is to live and fully realize their potential by getting out of their own way. And so much of it comes back to taking their power back and choosing themselves first. If you would love to have a discussion on how I can help you do that, feel free to reach out to me at daniel@danielolexa.com, and we'll schedule a free chat to get an understanding of if we are good to work together and if we are a good fit. And I would love to help you achieve that potential. And with that, we are wrapped for today. How are you going to take your power back this week? And how are you going to know that you're holding on to it once you have? Protect it, be effective, move forward, reach out. Looking forward to talking to you. Take care.